Hello, I'm gonna show you our homestead. So I moved to Serbia and got this place. I'm gonna be living with like renewable energy and stuff, doing cool things. So yeah, we got like almost a hectare out here. So like I got my shed there. You can go take a look at it. This is our house, which is a container. It's a container house. Recently added a roof. Okay, let's start with the house, I guess. Yeah, that's our gate. It's my fence I made last year. Recently added a trash can. Oh, it's a windy day too. Yeah, it's my house in the forest. So yeah, I got this metal roof. You can zoom in there. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, I had the container house, and then expanded a little bit. Add some concrete. Over here, there's gonna be an extra room. You know. Yeah. This is kind of our new. There's the fridge, because there's no space inside. Can we take a look at the pregnant girlfriend for the camera? No. Okay. Not allowed there. Okay. Yeah, that tarp's like my to keep my car dry and stuff. It's like a sailboat or something. All right. Yeah, so that's the house. Don't got much space inside, but you know, we got the fridge out now. It was inside before, and during the summer, it was very cramped in there. I got a bit more space. So the inside there is 13 square meters, and with the new addition, it's gonna be about 30 square meters. I'm gonna close this up, make walls, so it's gonna be our little house, little tiny house. It's gonna have a living room, a kitchen, a what do you call that? A bedroom, I suppose, and like an entrance area where people can take their shoes off and stuff. And that's how it looked like. This is how it looks like from the back. I like the logs here. So we basically had a old house here, old mud house, right? This is the ruins. Maybe you can zoom in there. No need, I'm walking anyway. So yeah. We had this house that we demolished, and yeah, used the wooden stuff from the house to build. Like, this is all good wood stuff, you know what I mean? Look at that. Hell yeah, look at that. That's good stuff. That's what I'm gonna build the room with, the new bedroom. So yeah, and it's gonna have a metal roof. Next year maybe I add a garage, but for this year, I mean, my car is pretty old and stuff, so I don't want to get in wet and rusty. But yeah, that's kind of house. I guess we can go to the shed, have a shed tour, make the first video a longer one and all that. Oh yeah, there's like sand from the construction of that from this summer. Oh yeah, that's the doghouse. It's a mud doghouse that my girlfriend built from rocks and mud. Supposed to have a living soil, but have a living roof. But yeah, couldn't get anything to grow in there yet. Maybe this winter we put some seeds down. Yeah. So yeah, if you look over here, there's my shed that I also built this summer. Let's see what's here. So yeah, like, you know, your basic lawnmowers and stuff, concrete mixer, ladder and all that, some suitcases. But yeah, quite like this place actually. There's my tools for all the homesteading and stuff, I suppose. Here's my workstation sort of space. Haven't had time to clean it up yet, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, so the time clock doesn't work actually. I need to change the batteries on that. And let's see, the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius here. All right, this is my chair. It's a 48-year-old wood. I count the rings. I like my chair quite a bit. Yeah, it was a nice and welcome upgrade from that thing over there, which kind of digs into your privates, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's basically the shed, pretty much. I wired power in here, got lighting, and I actually like this window quite a bit. This is a window from that old house that we demolished, and it looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Yeah, and you can see if I actually open this, I got a pretty nice draft going, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the shed. I had my pool out there in that kind of zone that I cleared this summer. We packed the pool away, but that's the well over there. I suppose we can go over there. It sure is a windy day. And while we're going there, I can show you some oak trees that we have there. Quite mature oak trees. I do believe there might be some truffles in there, in the soil somewhere. Because this is an area known for truffles, actually. I believe both kinds at different times of the year. So yeah, we've arrived in the well. I do have a few problems with the well. This was an old well that we fixed up. It wasn't used for 30 years and there was stuff, gunk at the bottom, and didn't have a cover and all that. You know, I had to build a new room for the pressure tank and all that. But yeah, they didn't do a very good job, and I did get flooding in there. It does get wet in there. Oh, it's drained by now pretty much, but it does get wet in there. So this summer I decided to dig this whole thing up around it, like 1.5 meters around it, like deep all around. And then wait a second, my gimbal's acting up. Alright, anyways, okay, I think that's fine. So yeah, I decided to dig around it and basically cover it with this membrane so water can't leak in. Yeah, and then I made this kind of roof thing cover so, you know, falling water, rainwater can't get in there, because it does get murky. It does murk up my water in the winter, especially when it rains and floods all the time. In the summer it was pretty good, but you know, when it rains, groundwater does leach into this well, so we do have a current problem. But yeah, and then I added this drain sort of thing here, which I'm also doing currently. The same thing on the other side and the back, because as you can see, the land here does have the slant to it, which makes the water collect and kind of run down and kind of collect here, leaching into my well. So yeah, if I can leach some of that, most of that water away, I should be fine. Yeah, in the last few rains it has held up pretty good, much better than before. It didn't murk up, my water didn't murk up, I am happy to report. And yeah, that's the well pretty much. Sometimes I do like to get in there, like put my back up against there when it's very hot or something, and smoke there and kind of chill there. That is a nice fun thing I like to do. because it keeps my body very cool. That concrete is nice and cool and it's shaded, and yeah, I do suppose it's all the water in there maybe making it colder or something. This well is 18.5 meters, by the way, so it is pretty deep. So yeah, that's kind of my well. By the way, I do keep breaking these garden forks over here. I've broken 2 so far. They're very nice to dig with in this kind of clay soil, very rich in clay. It is easier to dig it with that than with a shovel or a spade. But yeah, I do keep breaking them. What can I do? So right there we have our toilet. It is a compost toilet. Right there. I suppose we can walk down there, up there, whatever. Yeah, so it's quite far away. Our first toilet was actually quite close, and what ended up happening was there was quite a bit of smell before we kind of learned how to deal with compost toilets and how to work them and all that. So you know, our sawdust was too dry or something. You know, there was quite a bit of smell, and we decided to make a better toilet and put it as far away as we can, because we don't. And we kind of overdid it because we kind of mastered it almost. And I mean, there's no smell. There's no smell in this thing whatsoever. Where I'm standing, I can't smell a thing. So now the issue is that it's kind of far away. So I did think about like tying it to my truck and just dragging it across and kind of bringing it closer. The issue then would be that the fierce winds we have here would, you know, it needs to be attached to the ground somehow. But anyways, maybe next year I'll bring it closer or something. It's kind of the problem with that, but yeah, apart from that, it's a nice toilet. So yeah, in order to explain this, I suppose we'll have to have a look inside here. This is our toilet. There we are. Yeah, we have these steps that I made, and you know, these stairs, and you basically sit on top of this barrel, and there's a lid. There's a toilet lid. You lift that, and it's just like a normal toilet. And here you have your sawdust, or in this case, hay. Actually, we're using hay, grass and hay, because we ran out of sawdust, and we need to go buy some from this carpenter guy, basically. But yeah. Hay might be better in some cases. Yeah, there's our toilet, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, so we have a lot of hay because I keep mowing this place, and we have a lot of compost going there, as you can see. So that's great to cover material for your compost toilets. Works really well. And yeah, so these are our other 2 barrels, which are currently full, or half full, because we had a bit of a bug problem, so we had to retire these early. But yeah, so they're waiting there. In the barrel, actually, they do break down quite a bit, so much so that when I bring them over here to empty them a few weeks to up to 2 months later, let's say, and this is where I empty them, and this is where they compost. So yeah, I have 2 of these things, these manure piles. This is the second one, so I'll leave this alone now. This is pretty much full. We filled this in for a year, and now we're gonna be moving on to this one, and you know, when this is full for a year, we'll have a look at that maybe. Let's see if 1 year is enough. Might not be, we'll see. But yeah, that's what's going on here. And this is actually the corner of my property, so we put it right in the corner because, you know, it was a nice shaded spot, and yeah, very far away from the house because we didn't want the smells. But it turns out we were wrong about that. By the way, I have my tool here that I forgot. So let's bring that back to the shed, why not? Okay. So yeah, like these bushes and woods and stuff are mine. And then that's like the neighbor's place. Yeah. He has a sheep here. He's like a bank manager or something. His father has sheep, I believe, and that's what they use this for. Bringing sheep and to collect hay for them for the winter, I think. So yeah, there's sheep around this area. So as we walk back and bring our tool to the shed, let me talk a little bit about drinking water. So drinking water from the well, can it be done? We tested the water 2 days ago. We gave it in for testing and we're waiting on those results. It's pretty clear. The water we have, some people around here use it for drinking and they say it tested fine. We have one neighbor that says it had bacteria in it when they tested it, so you know, have to wait on the results for that. But worst case, I imagine I can use some sort of filter, UV filter or reverse osmosis or something to get it to the drinking state. And that's the plan here. To stop buying water. Because right now we buy water. We don't have tap water here. We have grid electricity, so we do pay for that. And yeah, I'm planning on doing something about that in the future. Bring a tool back, and I think I hang it right around here. There we are. Okay. Alright, so I suppose that could be the first video. And in the next one, we can go do some other stuff. It's a big place. I'll show you the other side of the property where we have a bridge and a little river in the winter, actually. Pretty nice forest place. Walnut trees and all that, maybe. So, yeah.